Yo, how y'all doing? This is Papa Richie. Welcome to segment 13 of Challenge the Criminal Mind. I'm Papa Richie, a natural born man, and in this segment here, we're just going to address different criminal behaviors. The program Challenge the Criminal Mind is to challenge the thoughts that lead to criminal behavior, and the purpose of this is to try to stop people from doing stupid shit in society. All right, we challenge the criminal mind. All right. As you know, we got the ground rules. The ground rules, you have to be a right to be treated with respect and integrity as long as you don't infringe upon the right and respect of others. You have a right to slow down and think before you speak. You have a right to say no and don't feel guilty about it. You have a right to stop and think before you react to any situation. And the basis of the program is the thought that perception triggers a thought or feeling that subsequently affect your behavior. The way you perceive something, the way you feel about it is how you're going to act upon it. All right. A few things I want to touch on today. I'm not going to make this too long, but a few things I want to touch on that's going on in our society. You know, and one of the things that's annoying me right now is you got people doing all kind of perverted acts, you know, and that shit is not acceptable, you know. And another thing that's really bothering me is you got people that's getting drunk and driving. Be mindful that kids is going to school right now. Understand? If you see a ball rolling out, you know it's going to be a kid chasing after that ball. Slow down. Don't be running over the kids. You know what I'm saying? And that's some crazy shit, man. Because, man, kids getting killed because people is not paying attention to the road. All right? I'm a little tired right now because I had a long week, man. It was rough. But I made it through the grace of God. As I said, the program is Challenge the Criminal Mind. And what we want to do is just challenge the thoughts behind the behavior. All right? I use a term, right? The term I use is a natural born man. A natural born man is anybody that was naturally born in America. Now they try to mix it up and say natural born citizen, you know, because they don't want to go back into the 1800s, 1700s, 1600s and really address that law. And what that law was, it was during the time of Prince Hall, in which it proclaimed black people as human beings and had all the rights of a citizen in America. And as long as we don't have them rights as a citizen, as a human being in America, saying we can be treated as animals. And they try to cover it up by saying that when they made the 2/3 or 2/5 of a man law, they were trying to say that they did a census during the time of the Civil War. And during the time of the Civil War, they wanted to figure out how many black people was in America. That way they could decide how they're going to let them vote. But that's not what it was about. The 2/3 or the 2/5 of a man was saying that we were half a human being. That way they could break us down to the levels of animals. That way they could treat us as slaves and sell us off on Wall Street as animals. And that's what that law was about. And when the natural born man law came about, it abolished that law. But society doesn't follow at this time. And that's some stuff that people should know about. And you'd be surprised how many black people are not aware of their rights as a natural born man. Those people that's born here in America. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why Donald Trump, he ain't pay his goddamn taxes. He ain't pay his taxes because he's a natural born man, as he claims. I don't know his history, but according to the law, if Donald Trump was born here and he filed that petition as a natural born man, which I guess they modernized and they said a natural born citizen. If you file that petition, you're exempt from paying taxes. And if he's exempt, that means he ain't got to pay taxes. And they know the law, but they're not going to let us hear about it. So on the down low, in a few years to come, you see Donald Trump, nothing happened to him as far as paying them taxes. You know, he filled out that law, and he followed that up, and he got them executed, and that's what he's under. And that's what protected him. But what's crazy about it is, he did a lot of foul stuff, molesting little women and girls and stuff like that. I'm saying he won't take responsibility. I'm saying if he does, that's fine because Bill Cosby was penalized, lost all rights. Man, they tried to break this man down to the lowest compound of a human being. They took away everything that he worked so hard for because of that charge. If Donald Trump is found and he's guilty and he did that foul stuff they saying he did, he should lose every prestige, anything that he has, that he earned, just like Bill Cosby. He's not exempt. Saying, and for them to let him go on like that and run for president, knowing he's a foul, slimy, grimy motherfucker, and I'm gonna keep it real. I don't give a fuck. So if he's a grimy motherfucker, he should get this. He should get the same shit all grimy motherfuckers get. Nobody has the right to pour drugs into somebody's drink and seduce them and molest them. And one more thing that's really irritating me, and I wish I could get my hands on one of you bastards and smack the shit out of you. You know what I'm saying? Because you got women jogging through the park, and you got dudes trying to rape them. Hey, yo, stop that shit. That's crazy, man. What's running through your mind that makes it so right for you to go attack a woman in the park? What if a motherfucker attacked your ass? You wouldn't like it. All right, stop doing that shit to other people. I don't care what color you is. I'm colorblind. I don't see color. I see human, and I see human behavior. And that's what I'm addressing, the human behavior. The thought behind it makes you feel it's all right for you to hide in the bush, jump out butt-ass naked, and go attacking women. That's some crazy shit. Stop it. And when you're asking court, you should be executed to the full extent of the law. Young brothers, you know you're going to school. Why is you taking guns to school? You go to school to learn. This society is set up with structure. And at each point in your life, you're supposed to be somewhere. At a certain point in your life, you're running around in a crib. There's a certain point in your life when you're in school. There's a certain part of life when you're out of school and you're going for a job. There's a certain point in your life when you're in a job. While you're in a job, you're preparing, you meet a woman, you set up a family. Another part, when you retire. This stage in your life while you are going to school, that's the time for you to learn. Not the time for you to bring a gun to school and feel you got to shoot up the school. Stop that stupid shit. Don't take guns to school. You're not going to school for a shootout. You're going to school to learn. And let me explain something to you. When you go to school, anything you don't learn that somebody else learns, those people in your classroom, that's your competition for when you're going out for a job. And because you stay in the hallway smoking weed, getting drunk, playing with guns, the kid that went there and paid attention, when he fill out that job application and get that job and you don't get it, don't get mad. And you're on the street as a bum because you didn't take time to learn. If you're going to sit in a classroom setting, make sure you learn something. The teacher's getting a paycheck to teach you something. And if you don't learn nothing, it's nobody's fault but your own. You want to pull girls' hair and shoot spitballs and do all kinds of stupid shit, that's not the place for that. Do that somewhere else. If you're in school, make sure you learn something while you're in school. You know, the criminal behavior is crazy, man. And it's got to the extent where you see people driving cars knowing they're drunk, running into school buses, killing little kids. People know when they're drunk. If you're going to drink, don't drive. If you're going to drive, don't drink. There's no excuse for that. You are adults. You're held accountable for your behavior. And if you're not, on this program, I'm going to hold you accountable. This is Challenge the Criminal Mind, in which I address the thought that leads to the criminal behavior. And if I could stop that thinking process, that crazy shit that makes you feel it's okay to do wild shit, then maybe we have a chance to try to better this society. And that's the goal. I'm not really preaching. I'm not about I'm about the blackness. I'm about the people. But I'm about humanity. Because on this earth, it's not made up of just black people or white people. It's a whole, all of us make up this country. And America, in this country, is a country where everybody should have a right to feel free, to practice what they believe, to feel safe walking down the street.